Hello and welcome to Deep Strike on the Commodore 64, and this was released by Durell Software in 1986. Just change the skill level to easy because I'm not very good at this game. And let's get started. So it's a first person World War I shoot 'em up. And you can probably see it has some ZX Spectrum heritage from the colour clash and the size of the screen area. It definitely looks like a 32 column game to me. So the idea is, if I can pause the game, I can't. So the idea is that you take control of your fighter and you've got to escort your bombers to their target, which is, you go to the map, your squadron is denoted by the black plane at the bottom, and you've got to reach the factory denoted by the black cross at the top of the screen. We'll come back to this map in a bit. Right, so let's look at the status panel. So there's a fuel gauge, which I don't think really does much because you can't refuel at any stage. I don't know whether that's for in between levels, but I don't know, there's not any opportunity to waste fuel, so I'm not quite sure the purpose of that. Below that is the ammunition. You see that green sort of ammunition belt? That is important, you've got to try not to squander your ammunition too much. To the right of that is a blue propeller. That is the health of your plane. When the propeller disappears, your plane goes up and it's game over. In the middle is a little arrow that indicates how far off course you are. So if you go too far left, you see it swings to the right and tells you to go right. So, and to the right of that is a green propeller. That indicates the health of the bomber, which is in the middle of the screen. That's the black bomber, which is quite often in the way of you shooting any targets. And to the right of that there's a semicircle showing two bomber planes. That's the remaining bombers in the squadron. And below that is a blue. It shows how many bombs you've got left, but you don't really have much control over the bombs. They just fire when you fire. In the Spectrum version, I think you press space to drop the bombs, but in this version, they just fire when you fire your guns. So you've got to maybe be a bit careful about that. And generally, the bomber plane in the middle of the screen will follow you. So you've got to steer it sort of past the barrage balloons, which I didn't do there. No, not too far there. I think I'm out of bombers. No, one left. We're almost at the factory, I think. So, I mean, it's a fairly simplistic game. There's a bit more to it in terms of you've got to also steer the bomber from the barrage balloons. You've got to try and keep yourself on track as well. Just blown up. Just as I was reaching the factory. But it's a little frustrating because the Spectrum version has quite a bit more to it. The C64 version, there's been some compromises. First of all, there's compromises in the graphics because the Spectrum version has a nice grid lines on the ground, and it denotes, as well as giving a good sensation of speed, it also denotes the actual terrain. There's hills, and if we go to the map, there's hills and rivers in the Spectrum version, but they're not in the C64 version. And it looks like there should be some hills, but the problem is, no matter how far left or right you go off course, and I'm going pretty far left here, what happens is it doesn't move left or right on the map. So this map, all it does is show how far away you are from the target. It doesn't actually have any relevance to the terrain that you're flying over. You cannot go over any of these hills. So that's a compromise. In the Spectrum version, when you move left, the plane moves left, and when you're near a hill, you can go back to the main view and see the hill. In this version, it's a lie. All that happens is when you go left or right, when you go off course, more of these anti-aircraft guns appear. So now you see them start to appear. That's all that happens when you move off course on the C64 version. So it's been graphically simplified. The gameplay has been compromised slightly because of the graphic simplification. I mean, obviously this is to keep speed up because the C64 tends to run a bit slower than the Spectrum version. Spectrum for these sort of games. And to be fair, it's probably not a bad idea to simplify the graphics, but it would have been nice to have the map relate to the terrain in some way. But maybe have like a forest or something where they're supposed to be on the map. But no, it doesn't. It just doesn't have any relevance. Right, what I'll do is I'll have one more game and see if I can get to the factory. So yeah, the Spectrum version is definitely a lot better. I would recommend you play that. Maybe have some look on YouTube at the Spectrum version. And you'll see how much better it is. But even then, it looks like it's just an okay game. So because of all the compromises the C64 version has, I definitely have to say it's a below average game. I'd be pretty disappointed if I'd paid full price for this back in the day. It did have a budget re-release by Elite. It's just about worth the budget price, I think. Even then, I don't think anybody would be playing it for long. But to be fair, there's not really a lot of sort of first-person arcade-style flight sims. It's not even a flight sim, is it? But you know what I mean, arcade flight game. There's not a lot of first-person ones on the C64. So it's reasonably unique. I mean, there's some there's some World War II ones, but there's not many World War I ones games. It's not. It doesn't make it a great game, but it makes it maybe worth a look. The music, I mean, it sets the scene nicely on the title screen, but it doesn't really work in game. It's a bit too jolly, considering the amount of violence that it's happening on the screen. I think it's a bit too jolly, but it's nice on the title screen. The sound effects are okay, but it might be nice to just have a sort of engine revving sound effects and just get rid of the music. The graphics, yeah, I mean, they move fast enough. They're clearly Spectrum sort of based. It's a pretty horrific colour clash at times. But it's hard to see how it could have been much better and still keep the speed up. It's just a shame with the grid lines, but yeah, it's just to keep the speed there. I'm running a bit low on the gun ammunition, so it's probably best just to try and steer the bomber around the balloons and the other planes. Yeah, it's a shame you can't shoot the anti-aircraft guns on the ground, but it just doesn't dip below the horizon, so it's impossible to shoot them. Oh, that balloon! I thought it was a bit further away, but well, we're getting close. don't think the missions really change much. So there's not much variety. I think are we at the factory yet? Must be almost there. Might be it. Let's start dropping some bombs. Pretty sure the Spectrum version tells you at the start what the mission objective is, but I think I must have hit some, because we're now approaching the runway. You have completed the Deep Strike mission. We must now take off and fly deeper into the enemy lands. And we'll presume that it's just the same mission, and it's just exactly the same mission, but more of it. So yeah, that's Deep Strike for you. Yeah, I'll give it 3 out of 10. I think it's playable. Just not that much fun. It's reasonably unique. It's maybe worth a look. But to be honest, I'd rather play Blue Max on the C64. Okay, it's not first person, but it's isometric. But it's a lot more fun. There's other combat games you can play, like Ace or even Spitfire 40 or something. That's World War II, obviously. Both those games World War II. Well, Ace is not World War II. It's modern day. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of games that probably more fun to play than this. But yeah, it's not the worst URL game I've ever played. That's maybe damning it with faint praise, considering how shit some of them are. But it's maybe worth a look if you're into this sort of game. Right, so 3 out of 10 for Deep Strike. See you in the next video.